This is the practice lesson for Unit 2, and this is the part of the course where you actually get started using After Effects. So first, I want you to create a project folder, and this project folder is what you're going to use for the remainder of the course. This is going to be the place where you save the After Effects project file, so the .aep file. This is going to be where you put footage, so you don't get that error message whenever you have missing footage. And this is also going to be where you export the rendered files. So when you export videos or animated GIFs, you're going to place them all together in a project folder. The next thing for you to practice is importing footage into After Effects. If you haven't already done so, download the exercise files for this course, open up the sample project folder. There is a footage folder. Only in this footage folder, there are a bunch of assets for you to play around with. So what I would recommend, just copy this entire footage folder. So I'll select it, Command or Control C. I'll open up the project folder that's currently empty, and I'm just going to paste it, Command V. It's going to ask me, do I want to replace this footage folder? Yes, replace it. And now your sample project folder has a whole bunch of graphics and assets that you can use throughout the rest of the course. Now that you have footage files to work with, open After Effects. If you haven't disabled the home screen yet, close the home screen. And now you can practice different ways of importing footage. You can drag and drop files right into the project panel. You can go to the File menu, Import File. Or the easy way, the way that I like to do it, double-click on an empty space in the project panel. That's going to open up Finder or Explorer. Go to your project folder. I'm going to select the entire footage folder, or you could just select individual files if you wanted to, but I'll select the entire footage folder and click Open. And now we have a blank project file with footage imported. Lesson 3 in this unit and in the practice workflow is creating a new project. Well, we already created the project as soon as we opened up After Effects. Remember, a project in After Effects refers to the main interface. You open one project file at a time, and in the project files where you create compositions and add footage and build the animations, but the project is the main exterior container. If you look at the top, you'll see when we opened After Effects, we opened a blank Untitled Project. That asterisk is telling me that I need to save this file. So for the practice, you're going to open After Effects, then immediately save the project to your project folder. So File, Save As, Save As. Navigate to your project folder, go into the project files, give it a name. It's going to end in the .aep, which stands for After Effects Project. Click Save. Now you see the asterisk is gone. You can see the title of the project. If you close it by going to File, Close Project, we are now in a new Untitled Project, which you can see at the top. If you want to quit After Effects, you would go to File, Quit. And when you want to reopen your project, you go into your project folder, go into Project Files. There's the .aep file that you just saved. You can double click to open it or just drag it right onto the After Effects logo. It's going to open After Effects to the project. The footage is still there in the project panels, everything as you left it. If you look at the top, you'll see the title. And now you're ready to move on to Lesson 4, which is the heart and soul of After Effects, and that is creating a new composition. You cannot do anything in After Effects unless you create a new composition. That's what creates the timeline and the layers panel. It's what you use to build your animations. There are many ways to create a new composition, but when you have a blank project, the easiest way is just to click on the button. Click, give your composition a name. Choose a preset. I'll choose this first one, 1920 by 1080 pixels, 24 frames per second. This is just a good all-purpose wide. If you want to do something square, you can come down here to the social media. If you want to do vertical for YouTube Shorts or Instagram Stories, you can choose one of these. I'll just choose this first one. Duration. This is how long your timeline is. If you want 5 seconds, you put 5 comma or 5 period. If you want 10 seconds, 10 comma. 10 period does the exact same thing. If you want 2 minutes, that's 60 times 2. That's 120, comma, will give you 2 minutes. I often do 10 seconds, so 10, comma. The background color does not matter. This is for your personal preference. This is to help you when you're designing. Pick a color that you like to look at, as this color does not get rendered when you export your compositions. So this is really just for you. So just click and choose any color that you like. Click OK, and you just created your first composition. When you create a new composition, a footage file is created in the project panel. Every composition has its own layers panel and timeline. You can create as many new compositions as you want inside of an After Effects project. And compositions can be any size that you need. You can think of composition as these mini containers or scenes or clips in your bigger animation. So you can just create these compositions and then put them all together for your final animation. You can also duplicate compositions. So if you want to duplicate one and just use the footage from one composition, you can press Command or Control D to duplicate. And to open multiple compositions, you just simply double click on a composition. And again, it opens up on its own layers panel and timeline. And to close a composition, you just click it. To rename your composition, select it, tap Enter or Return. Just give it a new name. And one thing that I like to do to keep things organized is I put all of my comps and my pre-compositions in a folder. So I'd select the compositions, drag them onto the new folder icon, and I might call this 01 comps. And now it's easy for me to locate all of the compositions and pre-compositions for a project. And if you want to delete a composition or any file, just select it, tap the delete key. As you're working in After Effects, it's a good idea to save your project periodically. If you look at the top, you see the asterisk indicating we have unsaved changes. So all we have to do is just go to File and choose Save. There is an autosave setting in the settings of After Effects. So After Effects will save depending on how long you have set here. But it is best practice every once in a while, just press save or use Command or Control S. Now step 5 in Unit 2 is importing Photoshop and Illustrator files. This is a great thing to know how to do. I'm not going to go through all the steps here, but I do encourage you to rewatch that lesson and practice if that is something that you plan on doing in After Effects. Lesson 6 in this unit is all about the Layers panel and timeline. So for that, go into your footage and just drag any footage file onto the composition. This is something you're going to be doing all the time. So I'll select my logo and drag it on the composition. And if you hold the Shift key, you'll feel it kind of snap when you get in the center. So that's something I do all the time. If you drag in footage that's really big, you can tap S for the scale property. As long as that layer was selected, S will bring up the scale property, and that is what you're going to use when you want to resize things on the comp window. And you can drag as many files as you want onto the composition window. You can also drag files down in the layers panel. The logo is hiding the character, so all I have to do is change the order of the layers. So I can select the bottom one and drag it above, and now the logo is in the back. You can also use the keyboard shortcut. Command or Control left and right bracket keys will change the order of layers. And if you have the selection tool, keyboard shortcut V, you can just click on an object and reposition as needed. So for this practice, I really just want you to go through the layers panel, move the timeline, familiarize yourself down here. Drag footage both onto the comp, down to the layers, just to see what happens. If you want to remove a layer, you can just select it, tap the delete key. That's only deleting it from the composition and down in the layers panel. It is not deleting it from your footage file or from the project. Command or Control Z whenever you want to undo. In the last lesson in this unit and practice session, and the last step in your typical After Effects workflow is to save your project file and to close down After Effects. To do so, I'm going to go to the File menu and choose Save. Now, if I go to the File menu and just choose Close or Close Project, it's going to close this project, but it's not going to shut down After Effects. So I'll show you. Close project. So now we're in a new blank untitled project, which you can see at the top. To quit After Effects, you're going to go to the After Effects menu and choose Quit After Effects, or use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control Q. Remember when I showed you autosave in settings? It's enabled when you have this check. So this is saying every 20 minutes, I want After Effects to automatically save my project. Now you could change this to anything you wanted. The default's 20 minutes. I'm going to quit After Effects. And if I open project files, you will see After Effects is going to automatically create this autosave folder if you have it enabled. So you can just leave this. You don't have to do anything with this. As you're working, After Effects is just going to save a backup. So if you forget to save, don't worry. After Effects is going to save every 20 minutes or however much you have it set to, but you can just leave this folder right with your project files. When you want to reopen your project, you're just going to use this .aep project file. You can just drag it right onto After Effects or just double click on it, and it's going to open up your project as you last saved it. The reason that I spent so much time in detail walking you through this practice lesson from start to finish is because understanding this basic and fundamental workflow of getting started with your After Effects projects is the key to mastering After Effects. Most beginners and even people who have been using After Effects really never learn this fundamental workflow. So working in After Effects is kind of overwhelming and confusing, and you never really feel like you know what you're doing. Well, you know the secret now. You know how to get started and how to organize your After Effects projects, how to open a project file, how to import footage, how to create compositions. This is the key to using After Effects, and now you know how to do it. Now it's just a matter of practice and going through the reps. Learning animation, working with effects, and all that After Effects has to offer, that is going to take time. But understanding the basic workflow that we just went over and that you're going to use to start every single After Effects project is going to make everything so much easier to learn. You now have the knowledge and the roadmap to navigate After Effects confidently. And having this confidence is actually going to make learning After Effects fun. And speaking of fun, in the next unit, you're going to jump into After Effects, start working with keyframes, animations, and much more. But first, it's time to start practicing.